It's Jill here to do another little Cocoa Daisy tips and technique video. And this month the kit is called My Escape, and it is really good and has been so much fun to play with. I already got started with it, so I thought what I would do is talk a little bit about the two projects I made and then link back to the kit. So you'll get a chance to kind of see all that it has to offer. The theme is dual, so that it focuses on travel, but it also focuses on reading as a form of escape. And one thought is that it could combine, like for people who take vacations where they just kick back and read. But also, I think it's just great, as some of us on the team have just been making reading layouts, as you'll see in a minute, since some of us are traveling not as often. That said, I'm going to go back through my archive of photos and find some travel pictures to document, because the travel motifs are really a lot of fun in this kit. I thought I would just start by kind of giving you a sense of the colors. They are really fresh, kind of range through a rainbow, going from red to navy blue, with some pretty pale greens and peaches and yellows. This is the sticker kit, and you'll see that I used some of it on one of my layouts. I think I'll start with my 12 by 12 page. Both of these projects are coming to the Cocoa Daisy blog this week, so you will be able to check them out there too, and see some of the way that I wrote about my process. But I'm going to talk you through some of it in the video. Okay, so here's the 12 by 12 page, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. This paper with the falling books has got to be like one of my favorites ever. What I did for a background is just a white sheet, but as you can see, it's a little more than that. I can't remember what manufacturer it is, but there's some printed, maybe Simple Stories. There's some printed notebook paper and so forth to kind of reinforce my theme of reading. And this page is actually about taking reading notes, which is a habit I've been working on. I've always been like a really avid reader, but I'm kind of working on some ways of taking notes. And so it was fun to document that. I did my title with the alphabet that comes in the Traveler's Notebook kit. And it is such a cool alpha. It's like very skinny. I used all different colors of inks, and you can compose long titles through this with this stamp set without taking up a lot of space, which I really like. So let me pull that out. It's a little bit bigger than the traditional stamp set, so it's not where I usually put my stamps in my little toolbox here. I'll show you how I do this. See, it has different layers, and I have this special place for my die cuts from each of the memory making kits, and it's great. But this is a full-size alpha set that comes in the TN kit this month. So I love this. I'll be using a lot. This will be like a regular tool for me from now on. And that's always so great. As long as we're talking stamps, the other stamp set, you can kind of see it because I've inked up all the stamps and used them. And this one you'll be able to see on the layout. But at any rate, this gives both reading related stamp ideas and words, as well as, see, some are upside down when I put them back, as well as vacation, staycation, adventure, you are here, cameras. Really good little versatile set. Okay, so you'll see on my page here I stamped out the life is a journey, working with that idea in both teal and a kind of tan color. And then I used one of the stickers from the sticker kit that says reading a good book is like taking a journey. And so I worked with that idea of the journey. And since we were looking at the sticker kit, some of the other things that I pulled from that, this adorable little backpack, so cute. And of course the stack of books, which you can find elsewhere as a motif throughout the kits. This happens to be from the sticker kit, but if you get one of the memory making kits, you'll have the same kind of motif. And then the globe also came from the stickers. To go along with the stamps a little bit more, I have my next adventure booked. That's one of the stamps. Really stamps nice and crisp. See if I did anything else with that. The washi you see here, read, repeat. There's a little bit more to it. Grab my washi book. Tend to put all my washi tapes in a you know, in a place where I kind of can keep track of what I have. But this is the travel one from My Escape, which I haven't used yet, but I intend to. And then this one, Sunshine, Rest, Relax, as well as Read, Repeat. So I always like these sentiment washis. They're really versatile. Okay, so both kits, as usual, contain a lot of wonderful die cuts. And you can see the die cuts that I used here on this page. Self-proclaimed book nerd. Give me more. And the labels are always really nice to use too. I stamp the date on them often, as I did here. Both kits, as usual, come with chipboard. This page, I had the chipboard kind of sprinkled from one corner to the next. When I use chipboard, I usually like to use it that way. I like to have it kind of move across the page. And so here you can see from daily goals to noted, which is perfect, to your journey starts here. The best part, the little red heart down here. So that moves throughout. And let's just take a minute to look at the chipboard from both of the memory making kits. Lots of possibilities there as usual, following the theme of the kit. Okay. I also wanted to call attention to these really wonderful puffy arrows that are in both of the memory making kits. And arrows are just great to like call attention to things. And in this case, I wanted to do a kind of journaling, you'll see this in the blog post, that was embellished, that the embellishments kind of moved right into the journaling. And arrows are great for that too, because you can call attention to things. Here I'm calling attention to the open book. This is a rub-on. Talk about the great rub-ons in a minute. And when we look at my next page, you'll see I use the puffy arrows on that too. They're always like really cool in their decoration. Like they're not plain, they're striped. They have little splotchy dots or floral patterns. I mean, they're really intricate and cool to use. Like this one, for instance, up here in the corner is also one of those puffies, and it's like a little diamond pattern on it. Okay, all of the die cuts often have like a variety of labels and tabs. So there's an example, read all day, of a tab. I just took the sentiment from the sticker kit. The puffy arrows come with puffy dots. And if you know me, I love confetti. So I love like the ink splatters and the puffy dots. And they didn't scrimp this month on the glitter dots. You get those too. I really like the colors this month too, because they include some really subtle ones. Okay, I wanted to say a little bit about the rub-ons. I think that's one thing that I haven't covered of what I drew on here to make this page. Oh yeah, and let me show you here are the puffy arrows and dots. It's a little glimpse of the rest of the sticker kit. The sticker kit, of course, comes with a wonderful alpha. I haven't had a chance to use this one yet. Okay, we were going to look at the rub-ons, which are right here. Both of the memory making kits have rub-ons this month, and they're so great. I really enjoyed them from last month too. And so as you see, my method is to cut it right out of the sheet and then just use it directly. And so the two on this sheet are the books for this theme. And they just go on so smooth and great and kind of dissolve right into the page. So they're great. And then of course the paper I used here at the bottom, just a couple of the papers, and then I repeated them. You might not be able to tell, but the base for all of this is a 4x6 card that has the colors of the kit. So it kind of then grounds everything in those colors. Yeah, I think that's all I need to say about this page. The actual design and the idea and everything I say a little bit more about on the blog. The other page that you're going to see toward the end of the week in a blog post is this notebook page called Chicken Trio. Now, this is actually the notebook from last month, because what I do, what we as a team do in that blog post is talk a little bit about carrying over from month to month. And I think that's a great thing to keep in mind when you get a new kit, that these kits play together really well and you can combine elements. So always feel free to use what you didn't get to in the last month. And the kits are so full and rich that that's easy to do. This is a little spread about some watercolor paintings, just sketches in my sketchbook that I did of chickens. And so it's called Chicken Trio. I stamped on some of the pattern paper. I haven't had a chance to talk too much about the papers, but besides travel theme and book theme, there are lots of really pretty small patterns, and they can be easy to stamp on. So I used one here to stamp my title, just to give it a little dimension and interest. I pulled back an alpha from the last kit that I still had some letters from, and created the title Chicken Trio. And then I put my pictures into a kind of photo strip. And I really loved this page from last month's Tranquility kit with the black and white stripe across. And I thought that would give a kind of, like farmyard kitchen or something look to this page. And it was fun too to kind of work perpendicular to that line. These cool numbers are die cuts from the My Escape kit. I always like to find ways to use the numbers. We don't always get them. I don't know if we do, but often enough. And numbers are, like arrows, really versatile. Speaking of arrows, I used the puffy arrows here, the little stubby ones, to direct the eye to each of the chickens along with the number. And then did a little bit of journaling about each one. I pulled some washi from an earlier kit so I could get a little bit of coral. It's another good example of mixing the kits. This is another one of the puffy dots. Some of the stamps, I used the alpha from the current kit, and then the earlier kit, Enjoy the Little Things in Life, and this cross confetti. Those come from earlier stamp sets. But you need to remember, of course, I'm sure you do, that these stamp sets are a tool and use them again and again. And it's particularly nice when they coordinate well with later kits. And a couple chipboard pieces here. So that pretty much takes care of this page. I haven't yet had a chance to do pocket pages, though I intend to. So let's just take a minute to look at the pocket cards. We won't necessarily go through all of them, but I put some of the ones on top that I know I'll use, some of my favorites. I love Beverly Cleary. She was so important to me as a child, her books, and she passed away recently. So I know I'm going to use this one and write a little bit about that. This one is just so nice because it captures the colors of the kit and is really general highlights for June. So many things you could write here. And I love the journaling cards, the ones that really give us some space to write. Same thing with this one, important dates, just kind of a highlights of June card. And then some of the graphic ones, just to show you one example, are lots of fun, really cool with this, again, the kind of camera travel motif that we can use in lots of different contexts. And then some very specific travel, like travel log cards if you have trips that you're planning. The alphas for this kit are this nice cursive. I often cut them in half so they fit in my little toolbox, but they're slightly different colors in the two memory making kits, but very versatile, neutral. And one thing that I didn't point out in my 12 by 12, this little fabric badge is in the classified kit for the memory keepers, and that's full of some really cool little embellishments, including this, and pull this back over, these wood veneer pieces. I somehow missed this when I was doing the book theme, but there's, travel, you are here. We almost made it through the whole video without my dog barking, but I guess she's gonna bark us on her way out. This comes in the kit too. It's one of the vellum. You'll see this in some of the team's projects. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, obviously. Adventure, the letters for adventure. I think there's probably more that I didn't cover, but this gives you a flavor for the My Escape kit, which is really, really great, and has been so fun to work with so far. So jump over to the blog. this week. There's going to be, good posts all week long to give you some examples of how to work with this kit and how to continue to work with Tranquility or even to mix the two. Thanks, guys. See you later.